Major League Baseball is deeply concerned about the current situation. Recent reports indicate that a New York team is actively exploring the trade market to strengthen its roster and become a serious contender for the World Series, with several names under consideration. This scenario carries significant implications for the team's composition moving forward this season. And we're going to break it all down in detail. It's always a pleasure to have you here, so let's get straight to the point, as we always do. For those just joining us, this space serves as your trusted source for daily updates on the New York team. You definitely won't want to miss the compelling information we're bringing today. So let's start the video. There's a lot to cover regarding this team. The pursuit of improvement is obvious. The team has a well-established reputation for being extremely active during the trade window, and that's been their strategy for quite some time. Whether the goal is to trim the roster or build a competitive team, major trades often take place near the trade deadline, sometimes even earlier. Right now, there's intense discussion about what the trade deadline and the season could mean for this team. It's clear there are specific needs on defense, and adding another starting pitcher would be advantageous. We'll explore both areas as we continue following the team's progress. As the season progresses, the challenges the team faces are becoming more apparent. There's a great deal of speculation about potential trade targets, who the team might pursue, and how the roster could evolve in the future. I'm excited to explore some of these trade possibilities, so let's jump right into it. According to reliable sources, the New York team is currently leading its division in the American League and is in a strong position to secure a playoff spot. However, the roster is not yet complete as the trade deadline approaches. We're going to examine the trade options emerging as the season advances. Reports confirm that the New York team is at the top of its division and well positioned for a playoff run, but is still in the process of fine-tuning its roster before the July deadline. There are several potential moves under consideration. It's clear that adjustments will be necessary, especially in the pitching staff, both in the starting rotation and the bullpen, as well as the need for at least one infielder, possibly more. The third base situation isn't sustainable for the entire season, particularly given the recurring defensive errors. It's evident the team is preparing to make a significant move. When it comes to pitchers, one standout player is a reliever from another American League team who is under contract through 2030. While it's not typical for him to be considered for a trade ahead of the deadline, he's now viewed as a promising trade candidate. At 28, he's slightly older than most players with this type of contract, but the team might see an opportunity to capitalize on his value right now. There's a strong belief that pursuing this player could be a viable option. Looking at his stats, it's impressive that he hasn't allowed a single run all season. He's appeared in 14 games, pitching 14.2 innings with 18 strikeouts and a whip of 1.023. Whip, as many know, stands for walks, hits per inning pitched, and reflects how often a pitcher allows a base runner. Another way to understand this is by comparing it to a pitcher's on-base percentage. Most of his whip is driven by his tendency to issue walks. While not excessive, it does raise some concerns. Still, this doesn't appear to be a major issue, as his career earned run average cites as an outstanding 0.44. He has performed exceptionally well so far and will undoubtedly attract considerable attention as teams look to bolster their bullpens. While it's understandable to have some concerns, the situation doesn't seem alarming. His career ERA is 0.04, and he has truly stood out with his current team. He is likely to draw significant interest from contenders needing bullpen reinforcements. Depending on the performance of a particular player, the Yankees might view Sterner as a viable option to strengthen their bullpen depth. Currently, they have several competent right-handed relievers, one excelling and another consistently performing well. However, beyond these, the options are more limited. The player currently serving as their setup man is doing a good job in the 8th inning, so adding Sterner might seem a bit redundant. Still, the Yankees could pursue him, especially since the setup man is only under contract for 1 year. There's also the possibility the Yankees may not renew his contract and might shift a closer role to the standout performer. At 35 years old, another reliever on the roster is not a long-term solution. This makes Sterner a good fit, as he wouldn't demand a high salary and is under control through 2030, allowing for development into a potential closer or a reliable bullpen piece. Much like a former Yankee, the Yankees have several strategic options here, and adding another talented arm would be a positive move. They should also seriously consider acquiring more left-handed pitchers. Currently, there are only 2 noteworthy lefties in the Yankees. Bullpen, and it will be interesting to see how that situation evolves. For now, Sterner would be a welcome addition, if circumstances allow. If not, so be it. On the other hand, there's a player frequently linked to the Yankees whose acquisition could represent a major step forward for the team. Reports suggest that his current team is undergoing a restructuring process, which may significantly affect their roster. One player who has consistently been tied to the Yankees is Brendan Donovan, and acquiring him could prove to be a very smart decision. News indicates that Donovan's team is currently in a restructuring phase, potentially giving the Yankees an excellent opportunity to trade for him, especially since his value has soared this season. Donovan offers the versatility to play third base or allow another player to take that position while he settles in at second base, his primary spot. His ability to move around the infield makes him a valuable asset. Donovan's defensive skills at second and third base are outstanding, and he can even play in the outfield if needed. Though his main role is as an infielder, the Yankees' admiration for Donovan is well known, and this season he's performed impressively. He boasts a WAR of 1.2 and 114 at-bats, with 38 hits and a 333 batting average. While he's not known for his power, hitting only 3 home runs, his on-base plus slugging sits at .870, with an OPS plus of 143. His slugging percentage is near 500, currently at 491, and he has a solid OBP of .379. What's especially notable is that Donovan has stolen 3 bases this season, showcasing his dynamic style of play. His value is currently very high, making him an appealing target for a team like the Yankees, who have shown previous interest. The challenge will be whether they can realistically acquire him, as a trade would likely require giving up at least one of their top 10 prospects. While it seems unlikely that they'd part with certain players, there are others who could be included in the conversation, possibly some pitchers. These assets could help facilitate a trade for Donovan, who excels at second and third base and can also play shortstop if necessary. Roger Garras and perhaps pitchers like Cam Schindler might be monitoring a potential move by the Yankees to acquire Brendan Donovan, who primarily plays second and third base, but is capable of filling in at shortstop. He's a left-handed batter, which doesn't exactly align with the Yankees' search for a right-handed infielder, but his high-contact profile makes him a strong candidate for the leadoff spot. The Yankees have found ways to win using various strategies, some successful, others less so, but Donovan would quickly become their top leadoff hitter. This would allow Aaron Judge to bat second or give the team the flexibility to alternate with a right-handed leadoff man against left-handed pitchers, possibly involving players like Paul Goldschmidt. In fact, Goldschmidt and Donovan already have an established connection from their time together in St. Louis, which adds another layer of appeal. As mentioned, Donovan is a versatile player the Yankees have long been interested in. He had a great season in 2024 and continues to thrive in 2025. Although this has been discussed for some time, it remains relevant given the Yankees' sustained interest in him. As for Jazz Chisholm this season, moving him to third base might be a consideration. He currently plays second base, where his performance has been disappointing. He still shows decent power, but he's been battling injuries and is hitting just .181 with a 714 OPS. Not terrible, but not great. While he's managed some home runs, his ability to get on base has been lacking, with only 19 hits so far this season. We're not seeing the consistency expected from Jazz. It's not a total letdown, but the season has been uneven. The key moving forward will be to find more consistency in his game. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. New York, in a surprising development that sent shockwaves through the baseball world, Aaron Boone has officially announced his departure as manager of the New York Yankees. The news, confirmed in a press conference earlier today at Yankee Stadium, brings an end to a 7-year tenure marked by high expectations, postseason battles, and a relentless pursuit of championship glory that ultimately remained just out of reach. Boone, 51, took over the managerial role in 2018, stepping into one of the most scrutinized positions in all of professional sports. Under his leadership, the Yankees consistently reached the playoffs but were unable to capture the franchise's 28th World Series title. Despite assembling powerful lineups and boasting some of the game's brightest stars, Boone's squads often fell short in October, leading to growing frustration among fans and analysts alike. "This has been an incredible journey," Boone said as he addressed reporters. "Managing the Yankees is one of the greatest honors in the sport, and I gave it everything I had. But I believe it's time for a new voice in that clubhouse, and it's time for me to explore new opportunities and take a breath after 7 intense years." Boone's departure comes amid increasing pressure from ownership and a fan base starved for championship success. Though his regular season winning percentage remains strong, the postseason failures, particularly losses to rivals like the Astros and the Red Sox, cast a shadow over his legacy. Still, Boone remained a respected figure in the clubhouse, known for his calm demeanor and unwavering support for his players. The Yankees now faced the daunting task of finding a successor capable of handling the weight of the pinstripes and reviving a team that has fallen short of its lofty standards. Rumors have already begun to swirl about potential replacements, including both internal candidates and experienced veterans from around the league. As Boone steps away, his time in New York will be remembered as an era of stability and resilience, albeit one without the ultimate prize. For now, the Yankees and their fans must turn the page and begin a new chapter, one they hope will return them to the pinnacle of baseball. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.